I'm here with Chico State coming off a victory in the semifinals of the NCAA West Regional, defeating the number 2 seed, Cal State San Bernardino, 91-82. I'm with head coach Greg Clink, and on his left, Colby, and on his right, Isaiah Brooks. Coach, take us through your thoughts on today's game.
Just a outstanding competitive effort. I thought both teams really competed like we always do when we play each other. But in terms of our guys, just the response, we got down a couple minutes early in the first half and just really responded. And I just thought the competitive level and the toughness. Malik Duffy played on a bad ankle the whole second half. Just gutted it out, and then our guard play was just phenomenal, really sparked by these two guys sitting next to me. I thought our leadership with Isaiah was just phenomenal, stepped up, made big-time shots, big-time plays, and then like he's done many times this season, Colby put us on his back and just made play after play after play on both ends of the floor, but just shot the lights out of it. And the guys knew he was hot and just kept finding him, but just really proud of our effort and just the competitive level that we've played with the last two nights.
Before I jump into questions for each of the guys, I got one other one that I got to ask you about. We just got to say this one bluntly. San Bernardino lost 3 times this year. They were all against you guys. What allowed you to match up so well against this team?
I think that we're both very similar in terms of what we do. Really good post play, really good guard play, the ability to put the ball on the floor, play fast in transition. Defensively, I think that scheme-wise, we're very similar in what we do. So I think that, this is a game that we know how good they are and we get up for it, and we know how competitive we have to be, and we've got a lot of respect for how good of a team they are, and we know we need to respond when we play them. But I would put more into that than anything.
I also have a real-time fact check. I made a mistake there. San Bernardino has lost 4 times this year. I did forget that they lost in the CCA championship game. Still, 3 of the losses went to Chico State. Isaiah, I got a quick question for you. Actually, 2 of them right here. When I look at the score, I would have thought being in the 90s would have been a spot that San Bernardino would have wanted to play this game. You guys, it's a 91-82 game. Is this where you guys kind of wanted to be at? Were you planning on matching them, or you guys, it felt like they kind of dictated the pace, but you guys still played and got the win?
First things first, they're a really, really solid team. They just get up and down so fast. I mean, their transition offense is one of the best in the country. So in terms of us trying to match just their scoring, I mean, obviously we try to stack our chips on the defensive end. But with a team like that, I mean, it just comes down to, like Coach Clink said, we're so similar. It just comes down to blow after blow after blow, and we're just throwing haymakers at each other. And it just comes down to, obviously who wants it more and who has more grit, So, yeah, it's always a tough one going against them. And like I said, it's just guys going at each other, man. That's a really competitive team, and we're a group of competitive guys. So it's a dogfight no matter what.
Colby, I always heard back in the day, it's not always about who starts the game, it's about who ends the game. You seem to be a guy out there helping your team close out multiple games throughout the year. Do you take pride in the fact that you can be there as a finisher for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to do whatever needs to be done to win. So if that means I'm out there playing, or if I'm out there cheering for whoever's out there, or sitting on the bench cheering for whoever's out there, I'm going to do it. And whatever at the end of the day gets us a win is what I want to be doing.
How do you think your team got so many good looks at 3 today? What do you think led to those shots for you?
They were definitely doubling our post guys a lot, and Malik and Kelvin did a really good job of kicking it out. And then we're a really unselfish team, so if you were open and had a good shot, but somebody else had a great shot, there was an extra swing always coming, and we just stepped up and knocked them down.
Coach, down here the 2 encounters were like this in the 90s, low 90s, high 90s. But up at your place, it was a low 60s, high 60s, low 70s game. What changed, just between, the fact that, you're up there and down here?
I think more of it had to do with the fact that both teams shot the ball pretty well today and in the first time we played. Up there, it was a dogfight defensively, but neither team really shot the ball very well. Tonight, guys were converting. I'm looking down at the box score at Eddie Davis's 25 and Napper's 22. They had some guys that filled it up a little bit too. But I wouldn't attribute it to any different game plan. I mean, we had the same game plan going into this one as we did the first one. That's a little bit different than what we tried to do with them the first time, but we really tried to take Dayton Jennings out of the game with the double team every time he caught it in the post. We did a good job with that. Napper obviously got some looks and scored, and he's tough to stop. But 22 points on 20 shots, I think, is pretty good in terms of our defense. So, but really no difference in the game plan. Just we had guys on both teams tonight knocking down shots and converting.
I'd love to hear from either Colby or Isaiah just the experience of playing in a game like that. This is high-level college basketball. This is sort of what you came to college for athletics to do. Can you talk about just the experience of playing in a game like that?
It's what we live for, and unfortunately, Chico as a city has been through some unfortunate events. I mean, our sophomore year we had the campfire, and then our junior year we went into COVID trying to get a West Region appearance. So this is the first time for me, believe it or not, as a West Region game or a West Region run. So I just want to soak up as much as I can in and just be with my brothers, and it's just magical, man. Like, I know at the end of the day, when I look forward 10 years from now, this is going to be something that I look back on, and I'm going to call Colby, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to look back on these moments. Like, it's surreal, and I'm very thankful.
Colby, talk about 17 assists to 28 made field goals. CBU women's coach Jared Olson has a saying that he likes to see the ball find the shooter. Just talk about the job you guys did of reversing the ball and getting the best opportunity, especially when Cal State San Bernardino started to make runs at you guys, because they whittled it down to I think 4 or 3 on one occasion.
I think we're just all really good friends, and we all really like playing with each other, and that makes it a lot easier out there on the court. And so, if I have a good shot, but Zay has a great shot, I have the utmost confidence swinging it to him, and he's going to knock it down. And I feel that way about everybody on our team, and I think everybody feels the same way. And we all are having a lot of fun seeing each other be successful, which helps out too.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much. We do get a chance to see you guys again. That's why you guys keep winning these ones. See you back for the championship game on Monday. Oh, one more. Sorry.
I just want to ask you about the influence Evan had on tonight's game.
Yeah, huge spark. He's two nights in a row, he's given us a spark off the bench. But he knows his job is to come in and play with great energy, take great care of the ball. The last 2 nights, he's given us some instant offense as well. He's getting more confident. He's the only freshman on our team right now. And these guys and his teammates have really, these are his 2 roommates, and they've done a great job looking out for him and mentoring him. And he's grown up a lot in the last 5 months. But just huge confidence. Really proud of him.
He's clearly gained your trust.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't put him in if I didn't trust him.
What is it about him that's gotten him to that point?
Just his energy level is great, and he's very talented. You'll see more of that as the years go by because he's playing a role right now. But I mean, he can really shoot, he can really score, he can really facilitate the ball. Defensively, he does a good job staying in front of the ball most of the time. He's still learning some team defensive stuff, but very talented guy. I mean, there's a lot of confidence that the guys have in him too, and they're not afraid to throw to him when he's open, and he's getting more confidence in himself. But he just had outstanding shifts the last 2 nights, and hopefully get on Monday.
Coach, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
See you guys
guys.
on Monday.
All right.
Championship game at 7 o'clock.
Perfect.